On May 22, 2024, Claudio Wieseler, chairman of Luxembourg's Chamber of Deputies, made a biased statement at the session of the Armenian parliament. He regretted the fate of the Armenians who voluntarily left Karabakh and urged Azerbaijan to submit a list of specific allegedly missing individuals. As the Western Azerbaijan community, we refuse Claude Wieseler's statement attempting to accuse Azerbaijan of ethnic cleansing and demanding the release of those involved in war crimes, crimes against humanity and terrorism.
In fact, the policy of ethnic cleansing was implemented by Armenia, the country which occupied Azerbaijani territories for 30 years, forcibly displaced over 300,000 Azerbaijanis from their homes between 1987 and 1991. Yet the fate of over 4,000 missing Azerbaijanis from the First Karabakh War remains unknown. All of this suggests that Claude Wieseler discriminates against Azerbaijan, given recent attempts to normalize Azerbaijan-Armenian relations, including border delimitation. Such harmful and improper interference by external parties is unacceptable. The community urges Claude Wieseler to take a fair stand and react to the issue of the return of more than 300,000 Western Azerbaijanis to their ancestral homeland.
Western Azerbaijan community hosted a meeting with a delegation led by chairman of the Commission for Education, Culture, Youth and Sports of the Grand National Assembly of Turkey, Mahmut Özer. Speaking at the meeting, Aziz Alakperli, chairman of the board of the Western Azerbaijan community, member of Azerbaijan's Milli Majlis, greeted the guests and briefed them about the history of the Western Azerbaijanis and the misfortunes that have happened to them in the last 200 years. He spoke about the deportation of our compatriots from their ancestral lands in Western Azerbaijan 4 times in the last century. Mr. Alakperli noted that during the last deportation of 1987-1991, more than 300,000 Azerbaijanis were forcibly deported from their homes, and today they have united in the Western Azerbaijan community for a peaceful, safe and dignified return to their native land. Throughout history, Armenians have consistently sought opportunities to expel our compatriots from those territories using various excuses. In the 20th century, we have forced mass deportation and genocide 4 times. Armenians established their first state precisely in the South Caucasus region in 1918 with the support of the Tsarist Russia. The ancient Azerbaijani city of Yerevan was handed over the Armenians as a political center covering an area of 9,000 square kilometers for them to establish a state. Shortly thereafter, Soviet Union was established, and the 9,000 square kilometers were extended up to 29.8 thousand square kilometers by the Soviet government, taking Azerbaijani territories and presenting to Armenia. Chairman of the Commission for Education, Culture, Youth and Sports of the Grand National Assembly of Turkey, Mahmut Özer, emphasized the fraternal bonds between Azerbaijan and Turkey, highlighting that throughout history, 2 countries have always been each other's side in their sorrows and joys. Noting that our bonds have further strengthened with the Shusha Declaration, Mr. Özer stated that he will initiate a discussion with his colleagues in the Turkish Grand National Assembly to provide closer support for the Western Azerbaijan issue. Additionally, he proposed the idea of preparing a joint book in Azerbaijani, Turkish and English languages concerning Western Azerbaijan. Both our founding great leader Atatürk and your great leader Heydar Aliyev set out with the motto, "Your sorrow is our sorrow, your joy is our joy. One nation, 2 states." And we are proud of the growth of this relationship every day. We are proud that Mr. President, both Recep Tayyip Erdogan and Ilham Aliyev, brought the union to another dimension, especially with the Shusha Declaration. Since the past, the relations between Azerbaijan and Turkey have progressed every day in an order where joy is joy and sadness is sadness, which words are not enough to describe. In education, economy, defense, etc. Other speakers also shared their common thoughts and memories about Western Azerbaijan, which unites the august Turkic history. At the end, the guests were presented with the concept of return, published in several languages, and commemorative photo was taken.
The Academy of Public Administration under the President of the Republic of Azerbaijan hosted a scientific practical conference on realities of Western Azerbaijan. Zarba Madov, advisor and a member of the Youth Council of the Western Azerbaijan community, moderated the conference. The memory of great leader Heydar Aliyev and our martyrs was commemorated with a minute of silence at the conference, which began with the playing of the national anthem. At the event, Director of the Public Administration Academy, academician Urkhan Alakbarov, spoke about Azerbaijan's rapid strategic development planning. He also discussed ideas for restoring the rights of people expelled from Western Azerbaijan. Kemal Jafarov, a member of the Milli Majlis and serving as the President of the Youth Council of the Western Azerbaijan community, provided detailed information on the relevance of the Western Azerbaijan issue and activities in this direction.
The Western Azerbaijan community is a non-governmental organization and NGO logically, legally cannot have any territorial claim in various formats. The members of the Western Azerbaijan community are planning a peaceful return to our historical ancestral lands in a form based on international law. Our concept document is available for this.
Nagif Hamzayev, a member of the Milli Majlis, a member of the Youth Council of the Western Azerbaijan community, spoke about the realities of Western Azerbaijan and the important role of young people in the activities carried out for this purpose.
Thankfully, today we are looking for legal ways to return to Western Azerbaijan. We are raising the issue before international organization for the peaceful return of our compatriots to those lands. Today we are talking about the history of these issues in front of our youth from Western Azerbaijan. We believe that if we protect our unity today, we will be able to do so by looking for political ways to return to those lands.
Anar Irzaguliyev, the person responsible for youth affairs at the Secretariat of the Western Azerbaijan community, presented on the realities of Western Azerbaijan. Meanwhile, Dr. Vagif Kafarov, a historian, delivered a lecture on the realities of Western Azerbaijan history and modernity. Iranian Kete, Govut, Ayirdak, Mafish, Yeznagalin. These native and sweet names listed are delicious Western Azerbaijani sweets. But what is the history of Yeznagalin, which was mentioned last? Why was this name given to this tasty sweet? Chefs explain it like this. The name, the taste, the process of its preparation are interesting for each of us. You know that from time to time we serve Yeznagalin with shekerbura on the Nowruz holiday. Women love this recipe. As for the name, it has a great history. So you know that galin is called a type of bread made in tandir in Western Azerbaijan. You may think that what does the galin have to do with the yezna, son-in-law? It's the bread that the mothers-in-law bake for their sons-in-law with a special love in order not to return the khoncha empty. The name is taken from here, Yeznagalin. In other words, it means the respect shown to the son-in-law in Western Azerbaijan, the love of the mother-in-law, and the blessing of the elders. I should also mention that many women mistake it for milk bread, but milk is not used here. You know that the famous Iravan creams, yogurt and sour cream are popular in the regions of Western Azerbaijan, and it is a type of dessert made from cream, butter from village and butterchan. In order to present our dishes within the framework of the Sweet Pearls of Western Azerbaijan grant project, the Azerbaijan National Culinary Association, together with the Ministry of Science and Education and the Azerbaijan and Humanitarian College under the State University of Culture and Arts, held a competition between teams of students studying tourism. The most delicious sweets of Western Azerbaijan cuisine were presented at the competition. Honored cultural worker Tayram Aslanov said that such events will be of a continuous nature.
Today we have gathered here for two events. First, we will talk about our group that came from Kazan with victory. A lot of work was done there for 5 days. Those students will demonstrate here today what they have learned about Western Azerbaijani sweets. Western Azerbaijani sweets are an integral part of Azerbaijani sweets.
At the end, the winners were determined and the participants were awarded. The winner of the competition was the students of Azerbaijan State University of Culture and Arts. At the next stage of the project, the winning team is expected to present samples of Western Azerbaijan cuisine in the city of Khankandi.